Topic: How to use Stoicism to embrace hardship and succeed in real life. Introduction. We all have within us the power to overcome difficulties and find calm even in the most stressful moments. But how do we learn to harness that inner strength in the face of constant challenges? In this video, we turn to the wisdom of the Stoics to show how a philosophy developed thousands of years ago helps us cope with today's challenges. From work to personal relationships, Stoicism teaches us to keep our composure and focus on what's under our control. We'll share 5 practical steps to help you learn to accept challenges, adapt to change, and grow as a person in real life. Your ability to overcome obstacles is not just a skill, but a philosophy of life. Part 1. Accepting reality, the basis for peace of mind. Part 1 will focus on understanding the importance of accepting reality as it is. Stoics, such as Epictetus, believe that suffering comes not from the events themselves, but from our attitude toward them. Many of us face challenges at work, in relationships, or in our personal lives, but more often than not, our suffering is magnified because we do not accept what is happening. It is important to realize that not everything in life is under our control. Accepting what cannot be changed is the first step to becoming stress-free. Instead of fighting your circumstances, learn to focus on your reactions. This doesn't mean passivity, it means being able to focus on what you can change. Start with a simple exercise. Every day, write down the events that upset you and ask yourself, can I change this? This will help you learn to distinguish where you can apply your efforts and where you need to just accept the situation. Part 2. The power of focus, how to stay productive in chaos. In Part 2, we will discuss how important it is to stay focused on what really matters, especially when there are so many distractions around. In today's world, social media and endless notifications make our lives more chaotic. Stoics like Marcus Aurelius emphasize the importance of focusing on what matters. He said, "Live as if today were the last day of your life, but act with a plan for the future." The secret to being productive in chaos is to learn how to emphasize the essentials and not waste energy on the unnecessary. Pick 3 key goals for the day, focus on them, and ignore the rest. Apply time management techniques such as Pomodoro to maintain focus. Over time, this will become a habit and you will feel like you are in control of your life rather than the chaos around you controlling you. Part 3. Emotional resilience, how not to give in to your emotions. In Part 3, we will look at how the Stoics taught us to manage our emotions. Emotions are a natural part of our lives, but they can become our enemy if we allow them to control our actions. Seneca wrote, "Man's strongest weapon is reason, not emotion." The Stoics believed it was important to separate our emotions from our decisions. One way to practice emotional resilience is to learn to slow down before reacting. When anger, frustration, or fear arises, give yourself time to cool down before acting. This can be deep breathing, a short walk, or meditation. You'll be surprised how much easier it becomes to make rational decisions when you don't let your emotions take over. Part 4. Discipline and habits are the foundation of personal growth. The next step towards success is to develop discipline and form useful habits. The Stoics knew that great things are accomplished through constant and small efforts. Epictetus said, "Do a little every day of something that brings you closer to your goal." This is the principle of gradualism. Creating a daily routine and setting clear boundaries is key to forming new habits. For example, you can start with a small morning ritual, 10 minutes of meditation, 15 minutes of physical activity, or reading Stoic texts. The key is to repeat these activities every day until they become second nature to you. The more you develop discipline in the little things, the easier it will be for you to handle life's big challenges. Part 5. Overcoming failure, how to use it to grow. Failure is a part of life, and the Stoics knew that it is our attitude toward failure that determines whether we become stronger or break down. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "Obstacles on the path become the path itself." In Part 5 of the video, we'll talk about how to use failures as tools for self-development. When you are faced with failure, instead of getting discouraged, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? It's important to realize that every failure is an opportunity to analyze and improve. This approach will allow you to overcome obstacles with a stronger will and confidence in your abilities. Stoicism is not just a philosophy, it is a practical way to become stronger, wiser, and more productive. Each of us can apply these principles to not just cope with adversity, but to use it to grow. The key is discipline, focus, and acceptance of the inevitable. Remember, you are only in control of your thoughts and actions. Everything else is out of your control. Subscribe to the channel, give a like, and share this video with those who also want to find inner strength and become the master of their lives.